that works? Has Spider-Man on the PS1 learned to hate? Is it racist? And you know what other game discriminates against this controller? Barbie Explorer should be a match made in heaven, right? Namco Jog Con, Barbie Jogs. Yeah, that's it. But no, the controller does not work. She's clearly far too Aryan for this. Why do these games allow the controller to work and then override it immediately? I would love to use the Jog-Con to unlock the secret of the Mystic Mirror with Barbeatum, but she just won't let me.
What the hell else can we try then? Breakout? To move the paddle? Surely no.
It works. I mean, don't get me wrong, the edges of the wheel are horribly jagged and this little round dip is just sharp enough around its edges to eventually blister your thumb, but amazingly, this controller works with the Atari 3D remake of Breakout with the story mode about a rectangle with a face that gets thrown in prison and puts up a swimsuit picture of his rectangle girlfriend because that makes his rectangle feel like a rectangle.
And I know what's probably on your mind. Well, this is a Namco controller, so the wheel bit here is probably only compatible fully with Namco games. And if you were gonna say Ridge Racer Type 4, you'd be correct, yeah. And that's it! That's the only Namco game I could get working with it. In fact, out of my entire PS1 collection, do you want to know what I managed to get working with this wheel? Ridge Racer Type 4, Breakout, and V-Rally 2. That was it. So if you want a controller for the worst possible way to play these 3 games and nothing else, then I highly recommend it.
Chances are, if you were a kid in the 90s and owned a PS1, you really wanted to shoot someone with a gun. And luckily, when Namco weren't making controllers compatible with as many games as hair on a teenage lip, they were the frontrunners of the PS1 gun accessory with their classic G-Con 45, featuring a big old bee sting. Personally, I have 2 PS1 G-Con gun game bundle packs, the original Time Crisis one and the original Point Blank one, and both of these games are the true definition of classic. These are a special kind of cardboard box, you know, the really old ones stored in someone's loft for decades, so they have that distinctive musk that makes you... Motion controls and gyro controls are alright for gun games nowadays, but nothing quite matches the same raw satisfaction as aiming an actual gun at your TV, looking down the sights and then letting them have your barrel.
The biggest disappointment with this technology nowadays, though, is that it doesn't work on any modern-day TVs. 4K, HD, it doesn't matter. If it's LCD and has a flat screen, this isn't gonna work. If you want to get this working, you need to get yourself an old, boxy CRT TV. So I decided to get myself one, and now I feel like a kid again. Point Blank, Time Crisis, Lethal Enforcers, Die Hard Trilogy, it's all just as great as I remembered. But if this isn't your kind of thing, or you were a bit worried that you didn't look enough like a specky nerd, you can always use a Star Trek phaser instead.
That's why this gun deserves